Hi, Saika here. It's been a long time. Di ako nakagawa ng video. Sorry pala, I can't show you my face now. Wala lang, I just can't. I'm using my laptop now para makapag-record lang ng video kasi yung phone ko wala. Bumigay na. But anyway, I have um enthusiasm now to create the video kahit na like 5 or 6 months ago na since I posted the video. Madaming nangyari sa 6 or 5 months na yon. And sana mabigyan uli ako ng pagkakataon or itong enthusiasm na to para ma-share ko sa inyo what had happened, and this can't be done in just one sitting. Well, first of all, yesterday my husband and I went to Punta Villa Resort because we had a photo shoot and short interview with the WHO, World Health Organization, along with my doctor. Um, I was the representative, or I was the one chosen for the province of Iloilo to speak on behalf of mental health patients. Patients with mental health. Um, it was an honor for me, but at the same time, it was also a big responsibility, no? Kasi that that interview and that photo shoot will be shared internationally. Pero ever since naman, nung I was na-diagnose ako nitong depression na to, isa lagi yung parang binibigay na wisdom sa akin ng Diyos na discernment is maybe this has a purpose, of course. Everything has a purpose, and God will not give a thing or give a situation to us without a purpose. And I believe He has a purpose. Um, and one of the purposes that I saw was me to be a spokesperson on behalf of the patients suffering from mental illnesses, especially those who are not that strong to speak for themselves. And when my doctor contacted me and told me about that, I didn't have doubt or think longer. I immediately said yes because this is it. This is what I prayed for. And this is the reason behind why I was diagnosed of this, for me to share my life story, for me to share what had happened, bakit ako nagkaroon ng ganito, ng ganyan. And lahat naman ng nangyayari, like for instance, on my behalf, sa side ko, na-diagnose ako ng mental illnesses. It's because of my past, my history nung bata pa ako, up to nagkaisip na ako, up to now. And those accumulated until yun, na-develop as depression, na-develop as bipolar 2, as anxiety. So it really came back to where you belong. So yun yung pinaka nakita ko na dapat nating um i-correct or straight the stigma of acceptance, the stigma of acknowledge natin that this kind of disease is existing. If we consider cancer as one of the fatal diseases, why not consider din natin ang mental illnesses can also and the lives, or can also kill the patient, diba? So we have to be open-minded, broad-minded. And my husband was also interviewed about it, his experiences of um his experiences while I'm in the journey of medication, while I'm in the journey of healing, his experiences and how he handled. So he got emotional because of which. Kasi I must say, if you have family members who have mental illnesses and you are hands on to taking care of them, kung hands-on ka at naiintindihan mo kung gaano kahirap magkaroon ng asawa, mahal sa buhay, na may depression, you will really have the same agony or much more agony. Kaya naiintindihan ko why he was being sad and emotional. Because we both remembered kung ano yung pinagdaanan namin bilang mag-asawa. And mind you, there was a time that I attempted him to kill twice. Medyo hindi ko na nga yun naalala. But when he mentioned that during the interview, that those instances vividly reminisced my mind that, yeah, it was true. Because of relapse, because of uncontrolled emotions, think that was the time na I'm not really, I mean, everything was not really put into place. Yung diagnosis, medications, dosage, that was on the process of everything. But here I am now. I was able to, I was able to work. I tried to work. Pero it's because I'm not yet 100% okay. So hindi din nagwo-work. It's okay. At least I tried. And I proved to myself that somehow I had far enough. I can now take care of myself. I can now bathe myself. I can now, alam mo yun, I don't have to rely on my husband. My husband can now leave me here alone. Noon talaga as in hindi. Kailangan nandito siya sa akin 24/7. So paano kami kakain? Alam mo yun? That was the hardest part. And I didn't really know how we survived. It's just because of God's grace and mercy. What's the bottom line of this? It's just don't lose hope. It's okay to be weak. It's okay not to be okay. It's okay to be sad because we're all human. When I remembered kung paano ako ka-vulnerable noong mga time na wala akong matakbuhan, kahit asawa ko, feeling ko hindi ko, feeling ko I couldn't count on him. Feeling ko is also one of my enemies. And only God comforted me and consoled. Pero again, hindi naman siya bababa ng lupa. Papakita ng personal sa akin, sa atin, yayakapin. He will send someone to console us. financially unstable kami. Even now, we don't have stable jobs. I am a nurse. I had a very nice job before this disease, or even may sakit na ako. Tinatry ko talaga magtrabaho. I can earn $8 per hour. Pero hindi. I had to rest. Pero di naman nagpapabaya ang Diyos. And one of the miracles that He sent us was when my medication was all given free. You know, nung nasa private entity pa ako na doctor, every session is 1,000 pesos. And that's online. And ang pagbili ng gamot, siguro if bibilangin ko sa isang buwan is mga higit kumulang 5,000. So when someone recommended us this doctor of us now sa RHU dito sa place namin, ni pisong duling wala kaming binabayaran. The consultation is free and the medications are all given free. So, kahit nung mga time na wala na kaming, alam mo yun, we don't have anything at hand, walang, as, ano yung asawa ko, trabaho ako, at least, wala nang, hindi na dadagdag sa anxiety ko yung ano yung bibiling gamot, saan kukuha, pambiling gamot. Kasi previously, when we're still sa private entity, kahit na wala na kaming kainin, inuuna talaga yung pambili ng gamot kasi hindi pwede na hindi ako makainom ng gamot because it will create a big impact. So, kailangan talaga religiously ang pag-take ng medications. So, timing din nung time na talagang walang-wala na kami, doon naman pumasok ng doktor namin and she ge- and the medication were all free, gamot, consultation. So nakikita niyo yun kung paano magtrabaho ang Diyos. Yes, we had to undergo stressful times. We had to undergo difficult times para makadaan tayo sa maliit na butas ng karayom. Pero andyan naman yung Diyos eh. He's waiting for us at the end of the tunnel at ibibigay sa atin yung solusyon. Pero hindi niya pa rin kukunin yung problema sa atin. Kasi if He's going to take away the problems sa buhay natin, we don't have any more purpose here on earth. At yung problema na yan yung nagpapatibay ng faith natin sa Kanya. Ako gusto ko easier life. Gusto ko kung ano yung gusto kong kainin, mabili ko. Pero at some point of my life, naranasan ko naman yan eh, na-experienced ko naman. Hindi naman pwede that sa entire existence natin sa paligid, ganun lang lagi, di ba? I had also to undergo problems. And kung ano yung sinishare ko dito, it's my own experience. Sorry, next time pala I had to address that not we or not you. Sorry. Because it's my own experience, my own perspective. But yes, life is tough, life is difficult, but God is there and God is so courage, everyone, and don't lose hope. By the way, this year is a year of hope, and I have proven that it is true because when this year started, I felt that the Holy Spirit has given me so much hope, especially sa sitwasyon ko ngayon. Thank you everyone and God bless.